Hey YouTube, Gecko Guy 31127 here. Going to be doing a review on the Parkzone Micro T-28 Trojan. So just talking a little bit about it. It's a scale replica of a T-28 Trojan, obviously. I bought the bind and fly version because I already have a Spectrum DX6i. I highly recommend you get at least a Spectrum DX5. Just because it's a lot better than those tiny little game controller looking transmitters. Plus the bind and fly versions are a lot cheaper. This comes ready to fly with your transmitter for $100. Got this at Hobbytown, USA. So it's actually got the original price tag on there too. Yep, there you go. So let's open this up and I'll talk a little bit about it. Okay, so this does not come with it. I just keep it in here just as like a little field thing if I have a little accident. CA glue. Definitely recommend you get some sort of CA glue. More on that in a minute. Stock, it comes with a 150 milliamp. Come on. There we go. Alright. And it's got Velcro. I actually peeled a little bit of this off just because it was just coming off on its own. So this Velcro, in my opinion, is not very good because you'll be flying, you'll be doing some pretty adequate speeds, and then you do like some sort of trick or flip, and there's been times when I was flying and then all of a sudden I see the battery start to dangle, so I have to quick bring it in for a landing, you know, bring it in into the grass to land it, and it's just really annoying. And I recommend at least you put some packaging tape as like a little hatch. Another right off the bat recommendation, I would say get some more of these one cell lipos. This is a brand you've got probably have not heard of, called Mad Dog 180 milliamp. So it's a lot better than the stock one. It gives you a little bit more punch and obviously a little bit more run times. With the stock battery, with spirited flying, you know, you'll probably get the high 7-minute mark being average. Also depends on is it windy or not, and your flying conditions, like how you're punching on the throttle and stuff like that. So I got 2 of these batteries. They're really nice. Stock, it comes with a 1-cell charger. Takes about a good 25 minutes or so to charge. So, you know, it's basic standard one. It can also charge these as long as it fits in there. So it just takes a little longer. Obviously 150 to 180 milliamp hour is going to take a little longer. Another thing that I bought was this Selectra. Charges 4 of these at once, only for the fact that, you know, when you're out there, you're trying to fly, you're trying to you don't want to wait too long to get back up flying. So I only have 3 of these 1-cell little ones right here. With this you can charge multiple 4 at once, so that I definitely recommend. Also, when you find deals, like sometimes you find these on eBay. I bought Sky Lipo 300 milliamp hour. These I really like. In my opinion, sure they're going to be heavier than your stock battery, but I find that these bigger 300 milliamp hour batteries keep it a little bit more stable, and you know, obviously you got more runtime off of them. Got these on, I believe, Hobby Parts when they were having a blowout sale. These were like $1.50 each, and I got 8 of them. I only paid like Actually, I think they were like $1.12 or something like that. It was really a low amount, so it beats paying $30 for a 5-pack on eBay. But sometimes you can find these 10-packs for like $40, which is decent. But I got this. This is like a outlet for my car. This I had laying left over after my Energizer rechargeable station charger blew out. Something short-circuited, so I had to buy a new one. So I just had this laying around extra. But that Selectra does have one of these. Plugs into the wall, so when you're at home you can just plug it into an outlet and then charge them up. These obviously are not going to fit. Yeah, I'm a stupid little caveman, I can't fit it in there. That you need a little balancing board that plugs into your charger, so I got the Thunder AC6. So enough talking about that, we'll get onto the Trojan itself. One thing that I don't like, you have to take off the landing gear in order to store it in the box. That I really don't like. It's had so many mishaps. You can see there's cracked, package taped. So don't really heckle me too much about this because I'm pretty new to RC planes and stuff. Now here's the Velcro. I find that the center of gravity is best when you put the battery all the way to the back. It's definitely more stable. Now as far as the durability of this plane, if you smack it hard enough, yeah, things are gonna break. It's like glass china in the air. But things that I've had happen to me, it took a bad nosedive, snap, off goes part of the shaft of the motor, and obviously my rotor blade broke, and I actually have to do some repair work because there's something not right in there. I think it's like the little gearbox. Then I've just got a big chunk missing, and that's another thing. To buy replacements, like the replacement fuselage, also the replacement wings, replacement rudder and tail, it's not cheap. Like a replacement fuselage on eBay or any other site, I know A-Main Hobbies has it, it's like probably close to $20 just to replace this part alone. So when you want the whole shebang, and then you need to replace basically the whole thing, which I kind of almost have to do, because, you know, there's a big old crack in both wings, there's a big old fold in it, tail is pretty rough. You're looking at basically enough replacement parts to buy you a whole new plane. Your best bet is to just, like, you know, once you get a little bit more skilled, open this up. Like, you have to take your hobby knife and just slice it open, gut out the electronics, and switch it to one of those other planes. Like, a lot of people on eBay like to part out, and they'll sell it as like parts only planes. And good luck bidding against those guys, because they really want those planes. And for replacement stuff, like if it's in good condition on eBay, that can well lead you into like a whole new plane. So that's one thing I really wish they would have fixed, was the price of the replacement wings and stuff. I honestly think should be cheaper, because it's really what you're paying for is styrofoam that's painted. And I'm like, okay, why is that $12? As for the plane itself, it can do loop-de-loops, it can do a barrel roll, it can do inverted, so that is pretty nice. As far as the landing gear here, let me get it out. It's a little foam rubbery kind of compound. This can actually steer on the front, so you just put it in there, it just snaps right in place. one thing, if you're putting the landing gear here, you have to carefully with your, I usually just use a fingernail, just flick it up and pull it out. Otherwise you can damage your foam, and if you're not careful you can just bend your wing. So $100 RT, well, bind and fly, but basically ready to fly with your transmitter. This is definitely not a good trainer plane. I made the mistake of listening to my local hobby shop. Definitely recommend you get like a flight simulator. I made that mistake too, but flight simulators are pretty damn expensive, like $100 for a decent one. So that's one thing. But as far as the electronics, they're pretty good. Like they got really tiny servos and stuff in there. But as far as this plane, I'm just gonna try to find some sort of fuselage and just swap the electronics into the other plane and then say goodbye to this one, because you know, this one's pretty, like, to the point where you can definitely notice that it doesn't fly right in the air because of like the off balance, because when I CA glued it, it got some rocks in it, so that's added weight. Obviously there's a chunk missing there, so that's weight off the left side. And let me talk about these push pins and these control horns and stuff. They don't give you a lot of throw. Like if you put it to one hole, you'll have more throw. Like the hole that I've got it can do a lot of down motion, but I don't have any up. So if I want to do inverted, I basically just can only keep it level. I can't make it like go up and come around. So that's one thing that I noticed. But as far as these control I guess these push rods, they call them, those are pretty good. I've not had a problem with those. And as far as electronics, I haven't had a problem. It's just this styrofoam I have a problem with. It's way too damn expensive to replace it. Like I said, you're looking at basically as much money to replace your fuselages and stuff. You can just buy a whole new plane. So that's my thoughts. It's definitely a fun plane. It's just that you know, here being in Wisconsin, it's December 9th, I believe. It's getting way too windy, and in anything over, I'd say 4 mile an hour wind, don't even try flying it. It's not worth it. So this basically has to get stored away until the early spring months, maybe summer, and then I can start taking it out again. And another thing, I tried taking this to my local gym. They told me I can't fly it in there. I'm like, why? I'm the only one in here. I'm not harming anyone. This basically a flying kite. It's not going to hurt anyone. They're like, oh, can't do it. So that's my thoughts. So comment, like, and subscribe. There'll be some more RC videos, and I'm working on building a plane up there. So